Why is this Parsha preview different from all other Parsha previews that previously existed? Because this time I have props. I want to introduce you to my two Hasidic friends because they have an important lesson to teach you. I was in Israel one year and I saw this little guy in a Jewish bookstore, and it was really cute, and I figured the kids in the school would get joy out of it, and they turned it on. Now you got to admit, a Hasidic doll that plays Hava Nagila, that's something worth bringing home, which I did. But then I went from there to the old city of Jerusalem, and I saw this in a window. And I said, wow, that looks very cute, very adorable. And it was marked for half the price of the one that I had purchased. And so I figured for half the price, I might as well have two of them. And I took it back to the hotel with me, and I bought batteries. And then I turned it on. Now you know why it was half price. But you know what? At this time of the year, sometimes we mix up Hava Nagila with Santa Claus is coming to town. Last week I spoke at Governor Hogan's Hanukkah party, and I showed him this card that we have that works at this time of the year. It says, if you are a Gentile, ho, ho, ho. And then it says, turn it upside down, this side if you are Jewish, I. So this is the time of the year that we mix up our Hasidim and we mix up our holidays. God played a cruel trick on us this year, not having Hanukkah come out at the same time as Christmas. So it's going to be hard for some Jews to explain to their children and grandchildren why the annual Hanukkah party is taking place this year on December 25th, like it always does. It's important to remember we have our holidays and they have theirs, and the twain should not meet. In our Torah portion, we have the final blessing that is given to the children of Joseph. We are said, Yesimcha Elokim ke'Ephraim Menashe. May God make you grow like Ephraim and Menashe. You may be familiar with those words because those are the words we use traditionally on Friday evening to bless the boys in our family. The girls we bless with the words, Yisimech Elohim Kasara Rivka Rachel Valeah. May God make you like the matriarchs Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Why for girls do we use the matriarchs? For boys, we don't use the patriarchs. We use Ephraim and Menashe, the grandchildren of Jacob. One of the commentators point out that Ephraim and Menashe were unique. They were the first Jewish children raised in a non-Jewish environment. Before that, all the children were raised in Israel. Ephraim and Menashe were raised in Egypt, in a foreign, alien culture, and yet they were still able to maintain their Judaism. And so our hopes for our children down through the ages, wherever we were, they should be like Ephraim and Menashe. They should remember their Jewish distinctiveness. I hope your children and grandchildren receive this blessing from you. Shabbat Shalom.